Welcome back, or welcome if you are new. My name is Gabby and I share my academic experience with you. I thought today I could do some kind of like day in the life of a PhD student. I have to be on campus today, so I thought, why not just bring you along and kind of see what I do. I'm in my 5th year of a PhD program, and so life at this point is a little different from like first year, second year. If you want, we can break down all my other years in a different video. But today I have to be on campus, and yeah, let's try to do this day in the life. So here we go. And I guess first I want to, what do I have to email? It's final. I'm currently TAing, and it is finals week for us. No, this was the last week, and I think next week is finals. But because folks have stuff due, I do have to email them back, and there's actually a lot of emails to email back, so I'm gonna start doing that. I'm gonna upload my recent video. Hopefully that's up by the time this has already been up. And then I have to go get coffee, gotta get ready, and then I'll start driving, but I'll see you at some point. Also, ignore my two Yetis. Please don't judge me for that. One is for coffee, and that's the 30 ounce, 30 ounce? Yeah, the 30 ounce up there. And then the one behind me down below is 42 ounce for water. Just because we're trying to stay hydrated. Drinking water is not the easiest thing for me. So I think that kind of helps. Sorry, I have to set up my computer. I thought I would yap for a little bit while I'm not sending the emails right now, but I'm setting up my desktop for the day. Not even the day. I'm gonna be here for less than an hour, and I'm gonna try to email all the things, but I just want to, I don't know, I thought I'd give little tips or something throughout the day, maybe opinions, thoughts, concerns. I think one thing about being the PhD student who's now TAing and has a bunch of other responsibilities, oh, that's my Facebook. We don't need to get on that. I think one of the things is having to create boundaries with, I guess, yes, students, other people, folks within academia. I know sometimes folks really do make the PhD their personality. Sometimes I feel like that I'm doing that. So I think it's kind of important to, actually it's not important, I think it's really crucial to have some kind of, what's the word? There's a word for this, some kind of boundary, some kind of identity outside of academia. You know, I tell my students, and I try to tell all the other folks in my life within academia, that like I clock in at 9, which is right now it's like 9:09, why I'm clocking in, and then I clock out at 5 p.m. Maybe latest 7, because sometimes I do have meetings that go into 7 p.m. But yeah, highly suggest setting up those boundaries for yourself. I know some folks really love working weekends, maybe have more time on the weekends. So figure out what your boundaries are, because those are going to be super crucial. The reason I don't want to say I get enough sleep, but sometimes I feel like I'm well rested is because I have that hard like 5 p.m. deadline, especially at 7 p.m. There's still some wiggle room because sometimes, you know, emergencies or whatever, but for the most part, I try my hardest to just keep it at 5 p.m. After 5 p.m. we're done. And then the emails that I keep getting, sometimes I get emails from students till like 2 in the morning. And honestly, I used to think like, what the heck's going on? But at this point, I'm just like, sometimes the emails just come in at 2 a.m. in the morning and I won't reply because I'm sleeping. But yeah, I tell them I'll reply the next morning. I'll reply it when I can, because I I value the communication with my students. At the same time, there's like a hard, not deadline, there's a hard boundary with like my time because I have other stuff I need to get done. So anyways, let me answer some of these emails. Also, hot tip, if you are a student who is watching this, please, please, please try your hardest to get feedback on essays before the deadline, before the due date. I don't mind getting the emails. It's just, I think there's a lot more, what's the word? I think there's a lot more that we, like, there's a lot more conversation that we can have. Like, I can give you better feedback if I had, like, if I saw you last week, if I saw you, you know, earlier in the week, this week, because right now, like, I'm literally getting ready to leave. And like I can, like, I'll skim stuff that you share, but like it's not the same as like sitting down in like a 30-minute meeting with me as your TA who's going to be grading this paper. So just a little FYI, if you're a student or, you know, anybody else, just give someone ample time. Give someone ample time for feedback. Also, I guess another tip. If you're having a hard time, always feel free to like email your professor for an extension on a paper. Will they always say yes? Probably not. Does it hurt to try? No. Yeah, so better to reach out to them than not, you know. So anyways, just FYI, just thoughts. Woo, 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 woo. Emails have been replied to. And now I gotta go get ready. I don't know. Do I make coffee? Do I not make coffee? I don't know. I could make coffee. Do I need that much coffee today? I don't know. The hardest part of my day is figuring out how much coffee I need. All right. I'll see you. Hopefully I see you when I get to campus. Oh my gosh, you guys. I just got to campus. I think that it usually takes me about 2 hours to get to campus. And this time around, I think it was less than 2 hours, and I found parking, which was good because it is like the final, not finals week, but the last week before finals. And I still have about an hour before the event that I'm here for starts. Hopefully I can tell you more about it. I kind of want to be vague about it right now because I'm pretty sure it's going to happen today, but there's like a chance that, you know, something doesn't go right or whatever. Either way, I'm still on campus. I haven't been emailing, but I do get a lot of emails as I'm driving from students like, hey, this happened, this thing, you know, blah, blah, blah. How do I clarify this on, oh, my hand is so shaky. How do I clarify this? Whatever. In the essay final paper. And it's hard because I'm like, bro, like I shared this. This is why, go to your discussion section. Meet your TAs for office hours, you know, try to find a different time if office hours don't work. It's not that I'm upset that they keep emailing me. It's like the little things. I'm like, yeah, look at the prompt. Like, that's how I'm going to be grading. I don't have a separate rubric, but look at the prompt, you know, that kind of stuff. So anyways, I'm tired. I get sleepy on the road sometimes. Like, it's hot out, so there's that. It's both hot and cold, so anyways, yeah.
Perfecto. Claro.
Hey y'all, so editing me here. I was trying to go back and I was trying to put all the little clips together because there are quite a few clips in this video. And some of the some of the clips didn't have sound in them. And I'm so sad because I ended up going into detail about the movie that I saw. What was it called? Ojalá Supieras is the name of the film, and it essentially just traces, well, it's a whole thing, but it starts with tracing Arabic in Mexico, and it turns into this whole like Muslims in Mexico type of project, and it was such a good film. I'll see if I can add the description or the link to the trailer in the description box, but I don't think at this point it's out like on any kind of streaming platform. And there's a reason for that, but hopefully at some point it will be out at like the film festivals and, you know, on other streaming platforms. Currently, the only places that you're able to see it is if like it's being streamed at a university or at a conference or something. I'm blanking on the director's name, but they are a linguist. They got their PhD from UCLA, and they're just fantastic. Wonderful scholar. So highly recommend watching that. I went into a whole thing about the film. And then also I think that was one part, and the other part was coming to realize that being a 5th year PhD is kind of not necessarily boring, but it's different from a first year or a second year. And the kinds of things that I'm currently doing probably are not exciting. They're not as eventful maybe. And therefore the filming process has been kind of challenging because like, how do you film a day in the life when it's just a bunch of emails and a bunch of like corresponding back and forth or driving or having you know, sitting down at the reception or whatever. So I think that kind of dynamic introduced some challenges for me, but I think it was kind of cool just to get little snippets and stuff. Plus I didn't realize how difficult it was going to be to film during my day, because a lot of the times I was literally on my phone texting or replying to emails. A lot of the time it took me 2 hours to drive to campus, and then it took me 2 hours to drive back to campus, and then there was some kind of downtime somewhere in there because I need downtime. So it was really challenging to film, but I'm still glad I did because I had a lot of fun. And I think for my next video, I kind of want to talk more about what it means to be a 5th year PhD student, at least from my experience versus some of the other ones. So I think that's kind of what I want to do for the next video. But let me know what you think. If there are any kinds of videos you want to see, if you have any kind of questions about the PhD life, academia, grad school, whatever, let me know, put it in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.